Master, as it gave me so much pleasure. But when I entered the world of work, I scarcely had the time for it anymore. Now that I'm retired, things couldn't be more different. In fact, I have more time than I know what to do with. So I decided to enroll on an intensive summer course in drawing and sketching. I thought that this would be the perfect way to get back into it, and at the same time, make some new acquaintances. I knew that it would be a rewarding experience, and it certainly was. But what I wasn't prepared for was the attitude of the other students. It seemed that everyone was so desperate to produce the best drawing and win the praise of the teacher, which created a rather tense environment. It kind of took the enjoyment out of it all.
Speaker 2. I've been making jewellery with beads for quite a few years now. It's a nice diversion from work. Anyway, after years of practice and making countless bracelets and necklaces for family and friends, I've learned all there is to learn when it comes to beading. So feeling that it was high time that I branched out into other areas of jewellery making, I've started a 30-hour course on how to craft silver jewellery, which unfortunately is totally failing to live up to my expectations. You see, the instructor is supposed to be a specialist in both silver and gold jewellery making, a renowned expert at that. But quite frankly, I'm stunned at the substandard teaching that we're receiving as students. I was expecting far more from a person who has such a reputation in their field. While I'm certainly not questioning the instructor's talent, her capability to convey her knowledge about her craft is second-rate.
Speaker 3. I've recently completed the most amazing sewing course. It managed to equip me with both the competence and confidence to make basic repairs and alterations to garments, along with the know-how required to operate a sewing machine. I really wasn't expecting to acquire this level of skill in such a short space of time, especially on the beginner's course. The thing is, I actually caught on much quicker than I could ever have hoped for, and even came away with some knowledge on more advanced stitching techniques. I'd always envisioned that if I ever tried, I would find learning to sew difficult to master. But this wasn't the case, and I've now become fairly skilled at something which I consider to be especially useful. The very reason why I signed up for the course in the first place. You see, I can't recall the last time that I bought a pair of trousers that didn't need shortening.
Speaker 4.
It was always my father's dream that I would follow in his footsteps and become a carpenter just like him. In fact, while I was growing up, he would often talk about the day when I would take over the family business. It all meant so much to him. The truth is, I always had very little interest in carpentry as a career choice. I actually aspired to become a mechanical engineer. Anyway, not wanting to upset anyone, I enrolled on a full-time carpentry apprenticeship course a few months ago. Now, I'm only a few weeks into it, but it does seem that my opinion about a career in carpentry is changing radically. So far, I've found the course to be quite inspiring and have developed a genuine interest in woodwork and the various techniques used in the profession, which, just a few weeks ago, I would never have thought possible.
Speaker 5. I've been looking for a new pastime for a while, and after watching the most interesting documentary about the traditional art of glass blowing, I decided to give it a try. I took part in a morning taster session just last week, and words cannot describe how much I enjoyed it. The experience itself was an incredible one, taking molten glass and moulding it into the desired shape. I made the most beautiful paperweight and a small vase, with the assistance of a very patient teacher, of course. What I didn't foresee is finding glass blowing to be so technically challenging. Working with such hot temperatures was daunting, and to avoid an accident, concentration on the task at hand is vital. What is more,
An enormous amount of skill is required when shaping the glass. You learn through trial and error, so I'm not thinking of giving up. I'm determined to improve, and I'm planning on taking another session next month.